So that was 3 comping ideas I use quite a lot in my playing. In this video we're using an A-7 chord as our example, but this can be done on all chord types. So the first idea, which I use all the time, probably the most common of all 3 of these, is this idea of adding in the second and clashing with the third. Here we've got on our A minor chord, we've broken up the chord first of all into root, 5th, and then the 2 and the 3 at the same time. In this case it's flat 3. There. Really nice clash, and then we resolve it. And you can do this on, like I say, lots of different chord types, but we can take it around a cycle of fifths sort of. It's just a really nice way to add a tiny bit of movement to a chord. So like I say, I'll probably use that one the most. Give that one a go. Now from there I've added in a little bit of movement, and this is just moving down from one inversion of the chord to another, or what I like to call rotations. We've got A and C, the root and the flat 3 there, going down to G and A, which is the 7 and the root. In terms of the sound of this, people will start talking about Barry Harris 6th diminished scale and all that stuff. You don't need to know that to add these sounds into your playing, as much as I love that stuff. The way I think of this stuff is I've just got 2 voices here. I've got A going down to G, and A, G sharp, G gets me there. I've got 1 passing note. So I've got a chord tone, passing note G sharp, and then my chord tone of G. And simultaneously on the next string, on the G string, I've got C going to A via the B. Now, you could use the B flat if it was a Phrygian sound you were going for, but just those 2 simultaneously gives me that sound there. I often add the E in my little finger there. So it gives you that 6th diminished sound without having to learn all that theory. Just look at where you are, where you want to go, and pick a passing note. And then the final movement, once I'm in that position, is to use what guitarists we would generally think of as the minor pentatonic scale to develop our voicings. As I've said in recent videos, I'm trying to think more about chords than scales. So I'm thinking of this as an A minor 11 chord or an A minor 7 chord with a 4th note in as well, which is D. All I'm doing again is, rather than adding in passing notes this time, each of these strings is just going through the pentatonic scale or the arpeggio of a A minor 7. So this bottom note here, which is the G, that's going from G to A to C to D to E to G to A. I'm just doing this in sequence today, but I would normally be mixing these up. The next note would be A to C to D to E to G to A, and again, just those 2 by themselves. You can hear the pentatonic scale in there. Then my little finger, which was on the E on the B string there, is going E, G, A, C, D, E through that. So all those at the same time. Gives you that sound. So these shapes are really good for when you're just vamping, when you're just trying to fill out on a chord. Not playing them all in sequence like that, but you can just get a bit of a groove going. You have that sort of thing. Just moving through those. It's a way to make this chord a little bit more exciting rather than just sitting on an A minor 7 going. We've got some movement happening there. So you don't need to piece these ideas together like I've done here. It's a bit over the top really if you put it all together, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of context. But individually I use these ideas all the time, so give them a go in your own playing, and I hope they're of use to you.